work with you on a couple more unfinished DIYs. If you don't know, I recently lost my job and I'm taking some of this time to work through all of my unfinished DIYs that I have around my house. So let me show you what we're gonna work on today. So this is what we're gonna be DIYing today. This is a laundry basket that I want to use as a trash can. I have several like smaller rattan versions that I think are meant for trash, but sometimes they just fill up a little too quickly and I wanted to have a bigger one. So I just got this from the thrift store. Like I said, I believe it's used more as a laundry hamper, but we're gonna use it as a trash can. The reason I need to do a DIY for this piece is because there are a lot of sharp ends on the inside of the basket that rip the trash bag. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna create a cloth liner. Hopefully that will solve the problem of the ripped trash bag. So let's get to it. So what am I gonna use for it? It's actually an unfinished DIY that I am just gonna repurpose for this because why not? And I don't think I'd ever actually do it, and I also can tell you more. But it's this skirt that I tried sewing. I was using one of Mode, as in like Project Runway Mood. I was using Mood. They have like a lot of free patterns online, and this is really truly like my first piece of clothing I was attempting to make. And the sizing, I'm convinced, was like totally inaccurate. I actually, when I first started this project, I was like much skinnier. The sizing just was not right. Like, I am convinced they had the sizing all wrong for this skirt, and now that I'm like gained so much more weight and probably wouldn't have fit the skirt then, and even now it's still too big, I'm just like, you know what? It's a failed project. I don't know, I partially am blaming the pattern itself, but it's the perfect shape for what we're trying to do. So let's use this skirt and repurpose it for what we need. Floor gremlin time. All right. Here are all my supplies. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. I could measure it. That's an idea. What? Measuring? Why measure when I could just go off of feel? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna pin this. I'm gonna pin here where it's folded. This side. Ow! Did you see that? I poked myself. Okay. Oh wait. Well, I just want to mark what the top is of the bag. Okay, back with my scrap fabric. This is how we're gonna do it. Just gonna cut around here. And again, not making it super pretty because it's at the bottom of the trash can. Really not a big deal how it looks. Also, this is like literally for trash. For trash. So this is really more of a utilitarian DIY. It's not a DIY born out of making something look nice, but about making something work well, which is actually so empowering when you do DIY and you're like, I could do that, or I could fix that, or I could make that. It is so empowering. So that's something we have to look forward to with these skills that we're acquiring. It also teaches you, like, what are you willing to spend money on? So that's also cool. So here's our circle piece. Did I make this big enough? Did I cut the hole? Did I cut the circle big enough? Trust the process kind of moment right now. Questions are circling my head, but again, trust the process kind of moment. Now you see the bag forming. That's the bottom, and then the top. The top we'll try and actually make look nicer. All right, we're gonna sew, and we're gonna do our best. It's a little challenging to sew this, I will say. Maybe I should have ironed it, but it's okay. We're just gonna try and move forward. So. Done. So now we're gonna go work on finishing the top. Okay, so you can see I finished the end, and I think it looks really nice on the inside. And now what we're gonna do, well, let's actually do a rough fit. See how she looks. Rough fit. Pretty good. What we're doing is we need to leave, like we're gonna sew essentially 2 channels and leave a gap because I want to be able to tie like a cord around it. So this is the top. I'm gonna measure. I'm gonna use my marker. And then I need to make a seam, or I just fold it over itself. I do have elastic. Could use elastic, but I don't want to waste my elastic on this. Just gonna cut it. I think I gave myself enough wiggle room in case. I think I made an error when cutting. I didn't think about how it should be a curve and not a straight line. Great. Let's go sew this seam and we'll troubleshoot from here. Originally, I was envisioning like having just like a string or a ribbon or something that would wrap all the way around the basket to tie it tight. Now I think what I might do is just have like 2 ends that come out, like 2 ribbons that come out, and then you could just like tie it like a shoe at the end. Yeah, so that's I think what I'm thinking about. I just have never sewn something like ribbon or straps or whatever you want to call them. So we'll just sew this first and then we'll figure out what else we need to do. Do a fit test. All right. I think this fits pretty well. And I was originally thinking that I needed to put some sort of mechanism to just like keep this tight. Like, I don't know, like a string or something, but actually I kind of think it'll probably just stay as is, and maybe that'll be something I revisit in the future if it really is an issue. But for now, I think that the tension is enough to keep it in place, and then we'll just put a trash bag over top, and then hopefully it'll serve its purpose of like keeping from I'm like trying to touch, you're probably like, what is she feeling? I'm trying to touch the like pointy ends of these sticks to see if we think it would rip the bags. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it'll provide like enough, like it'll be soft enough, it'll just glide rather than get stuck and rip, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think she looks great. I'm impressed. We did this really quickly. It's a little homemade. We finished. I think it looks really good, and hopefully she'll do her job. And if not, you know what? This was really easy. It's just made from an old bed sheet, and I can always try a new version of this design. So yeah, maybe we'll see if it will require maybe a thicker material to work or function better, but I think for now this should do, and we'll see how it works. Okay guys, you're not gonna believe what I found thrifting today. I found Impala skates and they fit me. And I tried to buy these during COVID, but they were like $90, and I was like, I don't want to commit that much money to a hobby that like I don't skate. I've never skated. It was something I was like interested in starting, and they're just so pretty, and they're my size, and they were only $10. So I was like, I have to get them. And so now let's try and find like a secluded parking lot or a blacktop to test these out on, and see how it goes. Wish me luck. I'll bring you along. Oh! I know the basics to figure skating, so I feel like I should be able to get this. Okay, that's scary. have no confidence. I should have done this in the grass. Oh, I'm too scared. I'm too scared to try. I'm gonna need a helmet for sure. I need knee pads, I need shoulder pads, I need little hand guards. I feel like I need all of that before I continue. Whoa! I need to get lower. As far as I'll go today, but we'll be back with more DIYs. Wish me luck, and I'll keep you posted on my skating journey.